दोस्तों अभी मेरे साथ हैं I have Raza with me and Khadija and Raza is the president of the Pakistan Association at LSE London School of Economics and Khadija is the president of the Pakistan Association at SOAS. So you both have a very interesting role and that brings you to tonight's Upwards dinner, right? So Raza, I'll start off with you. Is it your first time today?
Yes,
Here at the Upwards?
it's my first time here, and it's fantastic to see the way it's been arranged. It's been so organized with the charities, especially what they're doing for the orphans in Pakistan. I think it's a great initiative, and I think that it gives a different kind of exposure for students because as students we're used to seeing kind of Qawwali nights, social events, but this gives a different dynamic to it because it's serious, it's real life, and it's always very useful to see.
Okay, great. I wanted to ask you, as you're like the president of the Pakistan Association, and you're in like the heart of London, of course, LSE, and you have people from all around the world. So, what does the Pakistan Association? What are their goals for the university? Are they trying to promote Pakistan? Do you do events? Like, can you tell a bit about what you do to our viewers?
Of course, so there's three pillars for the Pakistan Association. The first is social events, the second is cultural events, and the third is development-based events.
So it's really constructive.
So under social, it's for those Pakistanis that come here from all over the world, but they need like a community and a family to be part of. And the cultural events is to promote the image of Pakistan, the right image of Pakistan that's always been hidden from like the media in Western countries especially. And finally, the third pillar, which was actually launched this year, is to move the discussion about Pakistan forward, bring ministers, professors, and students on the same table to engage with ideas and strategies that can help shape the betterment of Pakistan's future.
That's great. I'm really pleased with all the work that you're doing over there. And Hadija, you're also the president, but you're at the president of the SOAS. And there's a lot of international students as well who come to SOAS. And have you started uni just now? It's your second year at uni. So how does it feel like to be the president of the Pakistan Association? It's a big responsibility. So what challenges does that bring?
I think first of all, a thing about SOAS is so we're very politically active, so that sort of gives some sort of responsibility that we have to like take on, especially being in London and working with other universities of London. I think it's a great opportunity for us to especially attend events like this. So it gives us something for us to take back to our university, especially being the young generation.
Exactly. And Hadija, when you go back to your university and when you have to talk about like the events you go to, so what do you guys do? Do you hold a meeting and you talk about, because you're here representing obviously the Pakistan Association, you've come here and you've probably seen like all the charity, all the good charitable work that's happening. So do you have to give like a feedback, and do you tell your university about all the great stuff that's happening at these events?
Yeah, so of course, definitely that sort of stuff comes with it. So you go back, report back to the committee and see what there is we could do personally to help, maybe fundraise or any sort of events that we can do just to raise awareness. And that's within our universities and on a wider scope. So universities of London and inviting other universities to sort of interlink.
And how is SOAS helping to promote the Pakistani culture?
First of all, I think I'm a huge believer in just educating, so having events and talks and merely just basically exposing the event, the things that are going on in Pakistan so that more people are aware of it, first of all, and then think of other actions to take.
Thank you, Raza and Hadija, and I'm so pleased that both of you are like the president of the Pakistani Association, and I think that you're portraying such a good image for Pakistan around in London, especially in students, especially with what's going on in the media, and with a lot of young minds. A lot of people don't realise, that what a beautiful culture there is in Pakistan, and what a great, even for tourists, how great it is. So I suppose the students will be really like inspired by your work and hope to visit Pakistan soon. दोस्तों मेरे साथ हैं Zaina, and Zaina is part of the Upward team. और हम Zaina, it's good to have you here, and it must be a great feeling that finally the event is here. It must take a lot of planning. So how excited were you for tonight's event to finally happen?
We always have been doing this on a yearly basis. It's a big event of our organization, and of course we put lots of effort in it, and it works really well, and it's going very well as well, and we are happy that everything is going through very well.
Yeah, and today's upload was for a good cause, and there's been like the whole cause, their goal has been like finally fulfilled. और जैसे आज वो कह रहे थे कि एक घर बनेगा for orphans, which is a great.
That's a very big thing that we have brought penny appeal in it, and there was a lots of donations has been made for them, and it's really a very good cause, and we are happy that we have done it, and inshallah we will be doing it in future as well.
So what are the future plans for your next Upwa event that's going to happen
At
next
the
year?
moment, we just have started working with the Pani Appeal. Hopefully, we will be bringing them again and again. And there are some other projects in Pakistan which Upwa is already working on. And we will be putting the efforts and some extra money, whichever is coming from the charity donations, it will be going over there as well.
Thank you, Zaina. Thank you. दोस्तों मेरे साथ है मिसेस बशन रफ़ीक एंड बशन रफ़ीक साहिबा जो हैं शी इज़ द चेयरपर्सन ऑफ द अपवा की पूरी जो यहाँ पे लंदन में जो बेस्ड हैं एंड दैट्स अ वेरी बिग रोल एंड अ वेरी बिग टाइटल एंड you've been the chairperson for the past 6 years. So how would you sum up these past 6 years?
Can I speak in English?
Of course, yeah.
There is, when we started, we registered it in 2010, July 2010. And we had to start it from scratch. Even though APWA is a long-standing organization, we wanted to register the charity. And it was in July 2010 that it was registered, in May actually, and we launched it in the House of Lords on the 5th of July. So for 6 years, we had to organize the website, we had to get ourselves registered for gift aid, we had to have our names, etc., put down as a charity and start to create a membership. We have since then have now 150 members. 50 of those are life friends for life. And we have had numerous events. Every year we've done something or the other to promote Upwa and Pakistani women here. We have held a conference, a one-week conference for the International Alliance of Women in Lincoln's Inn, which was discussing issues about women. And women from 21 countries attended that. That was the first time for Upwa to do an event like that. Then we recently, last year, we did a conference in December 2015 at the Pakistan High Commission. It was a one-day conference, and we brought to the forefront women who are working in Britain. They were counselors, they were doctors, they were educationists, and that was a very huge success. It was interesting to see the response from the people that attended. They wanted more of those. So information giving, creating awareness has really been our main job. I have also traveled a lot to the UN for the Convention on the Status of Women. I have traveled to the International Alliance of Women's Congress. I have traveled for the Council, International Council of Women. I'm a member of all of those organizations, and I take the Pakistani point of view to these organizations. So that's what we've done in 6 years, and we hope that we will continue with the support of people who will listen to this program. And thank you very much for asking me these questions so I can tell them.
Yeah. And my last question to you is that 2016 will be the last year for you as the chairperson of Upwa. So is there any message you would like to give or, to our viewers about this?
My biggest concern when you leave a place is that you want more younger women to come into the organization. It is not good for an organization to have over 70s running it. Younger women have more energy, they have more information, they are very good with technology. They can do a lot more than we could do. There must be commitment, and they must take part, because today you have seen, what you've seen is a platform that's been created for women, where they've stood up and they've spoken. We're very shy, we do so much in the background, but we don't come up in front. And I want that from this message would come that please join the organization, please contribute, please have your voices heard. You're living in this country, people don't know you.
Thank you very much, Bashar Rafiq Saiba, for giving us your time. Doston, we have Christiana Baka with us and here at the Upwa annual dinner, and we'll ask, how does it feel like today to be part of the Upwa dinner? And they're celebrating Eid al-Zuha, and a lot of the community has turned up for this event, and it's for a good cause. How do you feel to be here?
Well, I'm very happy to be here. I've got some friends with me on our table. It's, as you say, for a good cause. It's nice to meet some familiar faces. And, remember Eid. I mean, people are just now coming back from the Hajj, so it's still a very good time. Raising a lot of funds for a hospital, and I witnessed that and was invited to go to Pakistan, and it was really the Pakistani people, I must say, who opened my heart for the culture and the religion of Islam. And also, the Sufi music, in fact, in the very beginning, the Qawwalis, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, the songs about love for God, love for the beloved, love for God. But then I started reading, and really the first book I read, the doctrines, it just made sense what Islam, the real message of Islam. You pray to one God, you pray to God, and we are responsible for our own actions. There's not somebody there who took it all away, our sins 2,000 years ago. If you really look into it, it's a very logical religion, and it's very powerful. The Quran speaks to you. It's not just stories, invented stories. It's just, directly God speaking to you. So I got very attracted by the message, by the people who melted my heart, how they were doing so much for others.